Okay, folks, this is February the 10th, 2016, and we're going to publish the Roland Unified School District Board meeting last night. It was much shorter because they'd taken care of some business earlier, the LCAP situation, which is already published, and the bone of contention last night was the change orders on the 2012 bond issue, where it's number 12. Hey, that's not too bad. But guess what? Each has 30 items in it. And if you want to read the rationale why those 30 items are there, it will make you upset. Okay? If there's 1 penny, $1 that is on a change order that was foreseeable and should have been written into the contract, so for the proposal, so forth, according to the grand juries for the Big Four, Fresno, Contra Costa, Alosa, and City of Los Angeles, guess what? That's fraud. We got fraud going down here. That's what they say. Hey, I'm not saying this. Check it out. And these are dollars that could be doing more for the kids. Okay? So you check it out. If you feel a little outrage in there, get outraged. Okay? And be ready for this Bond Oversight Committee meeting this month. Be the first one where something really is happening. Okay? You have a good time. Bye now.
The board will re-adjourn open session at 7:08 p.m. And we'll have our flag salute. Ms. Freeman.
This is the month we remember our leaders in U.S. history. We celebrate Abraham Lincoln's birthday and Washington's birthday this month. They deserve our recognition. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Closed session report. In closed session, the board took action on public employment. The Board of Education took action on the following public employment decisions on a motion by Donna Friedman and a second by Lynn Ebbingkamp. The board voted 4-0 to approve the administrative appointment of Ryan Bork as principal at Blandford Elementary School with an effective date to be determined, and the administrative appointment of Zapuri Hakopian, and I apologize if I ruined that, as Director of Human Resources effective March 2016. During closed session, the board also took action on a motion by Donna Friedman and a second by Carrie Chin to approve a settlement agreement with employee number KZ 5557986. The vote of the board was as follows. Angelina Pride, yes. Lynn Ebbingkamp, yes. Carrie Chin, yes. Donna Friedman, yes. David Malkin, absent. Next, the board would like to recognize Cindy Rose Escamilla for being selected as the 2016 recipient of the Excellence in School Nursing Award by the California School Nurses Organization.
Services come forward. Tonight we are excited to recognize Cindy Rose Escamilla, Health Service Specialist for the Roland Unified School District. Cindy has been selected as the 2016 recipient of the Excellence in School Nursing Award by the Southern Section of the California School Nurses Organization. This award recognizes Cindy for her numerous accomplishments, leadership, sincere dedication, and tireless service to children, parents, staff, and the community in the area of school nursing. Within our own district, Cindy has been instrumental in establishing the Children's Clinic, serving our students and families with medical treatment, immunizations, and referrals for further medical needs. Cindy has assisted in inaugurating the ECHO program, which provides access to dental and medical care for uninsured students with immediate needs. She's the lead coordinator for the LEA Medi-Cal program and the Medical Collaborative, and has been a vital part of grant-writing teams in generating additional resources for services in our district. Cindy's a member of the County Office of Education's Nurse Leadership Committee, and she shares her vast knowledge with new school nurses via the School Nurse Orientation Review at the county level. Cindy has been and continues to be a vital asset to the Roland Unified School District. Cindy's name has been forwarded to the State Awards and Scholarship Committee to be placed in competition to represent the CSNO at the state level in the national conference. Cindy was honored along with other awardees at the CSNO conference in Fresno on February 6, 2016. Please join me in congratulating Cindy Rose Escamilla. So I just want to recognize the impact that Cindy Rose Escamilla has on our district, as evidenced by so many of her staff being with her tonight to celebrate her award. So thank you to all of you who make this look good as well. We're going to tweet this one. Oh, we're tweeting it. Okay. Tweet this one. I already tweeted her. Look at her. She's on it. She's on it. Okay, give me. All right, here we go. One more.
Congratulations again. Next, we will go into our, let's see here, sorry, lost my place. Next, I'd like to recognize and thank Roland High School students, parents, staff, and community members for providing tonight's refreshments. Now we will go into our reports, starting with our superintendent report. Dr. Mitchell.
Perfect, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure this evening to share with the board and our audience some information of events and things that are happening around our district. And so first I'd like to thank our community for attending the Roland Unified School District Showcase event and our school tour day, which both have officially kicked off our registration for the 16-17 school year. And so for those of you that are there, share with your friends and your neighbors that we are now enrolling for next school year. So for some it's just February, and for others it is, we're 6 months out, planning for the start of next year. I also would like to recognize Gina Ward for her effort in planning our showcase event. So Gina is absolutely instrumental in so many things that we do in the district, but and this showcase is just one of those items that she's done. And so she worked with a team of people that she led to have that event become a huge success, and it's our second annual showcase, as well as leading and assisting our principals in our tour day. So thank you, Gina, very much. Also, our Roland Council PTA invites our parents to a free parent seminar and Founders Day celebration on Friday, February 26th from 9 a.m. to noon, and that will be at the Roland Heights Community Center. There will be a special guest speaker, including Dr. Maribel Contreras from the Pacifics Clinics and Deputy Louis Denver from the Walnut Sheriff Station. Also in March, the district will hold our community input meetings on our local control accountability plan. So there are flyers that are in the lobby area and at all of our school sites that share the date of March 2nd at Roland High School and March 10th at Giano, both starting at 6 for the community to be able to share information with us about our school and our programs and provide input. We also have an online survey that will launch at the beginning of March for the community and staff to be able to provide input. And it is also available in English, Spanish, Chinese, and Korean. And the survey will run throughout the month of March. I also wanted to recognize our schools and our district as a whole. We have just completed last week a federal program monitoring visit, which we have been planning and preparing for some time. And that is an overall determination of whether or not our school district is meeting the statutory program and fiscal requirements for our categorical programs. So they're looking at performance, they're looking at our budget, our expenditures, program review, including our instruction, our credentialing, and our program effectiveness, and so forth. And so we had representatives from the state, from California Department of Education, that visited our district, as well as Nogales, Roland High School, Blandford, Northam, and Villa Corta to review our federal programs. And so we did a very nice job on that. The 3 schools that had in-depth, full, entire reviews were Nogales, Northam, and Villa Corta. And I'm pleased to share that there was 0 findings at any of the school sites. There are a few items for us to correct district-wide, which we have 45 days to make those corrections. And so we will be making those and submitting that to the state, which has to do with some paperwork pieces that we needed to correct. So I wanted to congratulate our school sites and thank Sylvia Rivas and her staff in that successful program monitoring visit. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mitchell. Next, we'll go into our student board representative reports, starting with Laura Martinez from Nogales High School.
Madam President, Superintendent Dr. Mitchell, members of the Cabinet, and members of the audience. My name is Laura Martinez, and tonight I'll be representing Nogales High School. The new year at our school began incredibly. Our school continued to show their determination and noble motivation through the following events that occurred in the months of January and February. Nogales returned from break strong and ready to take on 2016. On January 12th, Nogales held an awards night, and soon after we had another successful event, the 2016 Winter Sports Rally. From January 28th until the 22nd, there were spirit days where students had the opportunity to dress in the mood theme, which was Harry Potter. On Tuesday, students wore red, black, and gold. And on Wednesday, students rocked their best crazy socks. Thursday was the time when nobles geared up with their favorite jerseys. And on Friday, everyone dressed up in their house class colors. Freshmen were green for Slytherin, sophomores were blue for Ravenclaw, and juniors were yellow for Hufflepuff, and seniors were red for Gryffindor. The rally was brilliant. Every true Harry Potter fan appreciated all the details that went into it. This rally was not only just great, it was history-changing. Because of the great success of the rally, our school was able to keep its tradition of a single rally. All nobles were ecstatic about the news, and they were well prepared for the next event. During the same time, on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, the Nogales Drama Club held another of its beautiful plays. This time, the play was student-directed and student-written, named The Broadway of Being. The play was indoors and got a larger audience than the previous year's production. We hope you all drop by our next one, which will be The Outsiders. Now, on to sports. The winter sports have done an amazing job this year. The girls' varsity soccer team has been able to gain third in league, and they're planning to make it to CIF this year. The boys and girls basketball team has also given it their all, and will be having their last home game today, where the seniors from the girls and boys varsity basketball team will be recognized and congratulated for all their hard work. Nogales is all about caring, and not only for our own nobles, but as well as the entire community and the world. The HOSA Club has begun collecting donations to support the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Every classroom is given a Pennies for Patients box to help. We encourage everyone to donate any spare change or cash to help a patient. The UNICEF Club is also supporting another cause. They're asking anyone who can to come by and donate their cash or change to provide water in 190 countries for a child in need. $1 is enough to support 40 days of clean water for a child, so please support. Some more positive news that our school has just had is a federal program monitoring that has come to our school and told us about and visited the Title I programs. They had found 0 findings, and it was a big success for our school. That same day, on February 2nd, we had the RUSD tours where 5 visitors came from different parts of the district. We also received another fantastic bonus. Our school has gotten $20,000 worth of scholarship money from the CIE Study Abroad program. The deadline has already ended, but students were able to meet it and apply right on time to have a chance to travel and learn about new cultures. On the 30th, we had the RUSD showcase, where our Emeralds, Folklorico, and choir performed. This was a perfect time to show some of the talent found at our school. This year, we have been getting more parents and more students involved. Students are participating in the Nogales Tutoring Center, which helps them seek guidance in subjects like English. The parents have been involved in PTSA and our PEAK program. Coming up soon, we'll be having events like the Best Buddies Dance and Latin Ball, where our clubs are able to fundraise and have fun. Clubs are now beginning initiation as well. The National Honor Society and Sociedad Honoraria Hispánica are having this event this month. Next month, we'll be having another Student Voice and Noble Spirit Crew meeting. And this week, we're having Love Week. This is the week where our ASB class creates posters, flyers, and post-it notes with loving messages. We tell our nobles that they are loved. Tomorrow, we'll be leaving notes on everyone's lockers, showing them how much we care. Messages like, "You're beautiful," and puns like, "Are you Google? Because you're everything I've been searching for," are all posted all over our campus. We have Spirit Week and lunchtime activities going on every day. On Monday, it was High Five Day, and Tuesday, it was Smile Day. Wednesday will be Helping Hand Day, Thursday will be Hug Day, and Friday will be Compliment Day. These Spirit Days might seem cheesy, but simple acts of kindness go a long way, and we want to show our love. Please do the same and spread the love wherever you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Next, we have Ryan Padilla from Roland High School.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Mitchell, and members of the audience. My name is Ryan Padilla, and I am a student representative from Roland High School. The past events that Roland High School has been working on are Jam in January, a senior event where students receive free food and free iced tea during lunch. Seniors had to wear their senior attire and bring their student ID card to receive the food. The Silent Night basketball game, which was against Nogales. The crowd stayed silent until a 10-point was scored by Roland. It was such a great turnout that the home side stands were overfilled. Also, we were working on the dodgeball tournament, which was last week. Students made their own teams with a minimum of 10 players. On the last day, the winning team ended up playing the teachers. The upcoming events at Roland High School are Random Acts of Kindness Week, which is from February 16th through the 19th. On Tuesday, February 16th, is Compliment Day. ASB will be coming early at 6 a.m. to post sticky notes with compliments on them on every locker in the school. On Wednesday, February 17th, is Make-A-Wish Day. During this week, students can go to the stage and ask for wishes, and they may be granted on the Make-A-Wish Day. On Thursday, February 18th, is Puppy Therapy. Leadership from Roland High School has had two companies come with two dogs that will be available for the students to play with during lunch. And Friday, February 19th, is the Kindness Tree Day, where students may write down what they are thankful for and post it on the tree. Also, Valentine Grams will be on sale throughout the week. There are 3 packages, a $1 package, $5 package, and $10 package. Coming up is the senior event Foodie February, where we will be serving seniors free food during lunch, which is on February 19th. On February 26th is the Renaissance Assembly. Students with a 2.5 GPA and above will be able to attend and watch the assembly. State testing for 11th graders is coming up, and the school is offering.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Mitchell, members of the audience. I'm proud to announce that 2 of our students have been accepted into 4-year universities, including Cal State Northridge, Bakersfield, Dominguez Hills, and San Bernardino. I know, right? Speaking about universities and colleges, we had a special guest from Mount San Antonio College come on campus and help our students to take the next step into our lives, giving us some insight on applying for jobs and applying to Mount SAC. This upcoming Thursday, Santana will have a financial aid workshop where parents, friends, and families will be able to come to our school and kind of get an insight on financial aid and how this financial aid can help our students proceed and take their next step into their lives, continuing their education. And with seniors taking cap and gown pictures tomorrow, we remind ourselves that graduation is going to be here before we know it. And something we got to remind ourselves is that when we take pride in something that we do, it goes a long way. And whatever happens, Santana Eagles will face whatever comes our way. Thank you.
Next, we'll go into our written request to address the board. Remarks are limited to 3 minutes unless extended further or limited by a vote of the board. A maximum of 20 minutes unless extended by the board is allocated for each subject discussed. Ordinarily, board members will not respond to presentations and no action can be taken. However, the board may give direction to staff following a presentation. Mr. Humphreys?
I'm Roy Humphreys, and the main topic for tonight is change orders. On the agenda, they have change order number 12, which has 30 parts in it, which is $277,000 plus or minus. And for this 2012, that comes up to $3.5 million plus or minus. And as it points out that the rationale for these changes, if you have a planner that can't cut it, you fire them and get somebody who can. And after 50 years more of being in business, you haven't got somebody who can write an airtight contract, you fire them and get somebody who can. And as Mr. Moreno, who's left the Bond Oversight Committee, says, if he had 14 changes and not 14 with multiple parts in it, he'd be out of business. And as the grand juries for Fresno and Contra Costa and so forth have put forth in Los Angeles, that change orders are a red flag for fraud and corruption, along with lease and lease back items. Also, in the earlier session, talking about the parent association that you had with the parts of the district. That would be prime video stuff to share with the entire district and see if those people are representative of the district. And to this next point of transparency, some people, we simply come to the meeting here and say, oh, we're being more transparent. The fact is, you're either transparent or you're not, okay? On your card, you just watch the inside of the windows and not the out and side, and I'll leave that to that point. As to the website has had some improvements, but I'm telling you folks, a 5-year-old has problems with it. Anybody who knows websites, it needs a lot of improvement in that area of concern. And also, with these videos I've been doing for these sessions, if you just go on YouTube, if you put in Roland Unified School District, type my name in there, all these things, including the Brown Act, the special sessions, and this board thing will be on YouTube. You can see the entirety. If you're a little bored with things at certain points, just hit the fast forward button. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Humphreys. Next, we have Catherine Rodriguez.
Good evening, board members, superintendent, and audience members. I'm Catherine Rodriguez from Family Resource Center, and after our successful participation in the showcase, we are now focusing on our upcoming programs and events. We will be having our preview night tomorrow at February 10th at Roland High School for our parent project, which is our parenting class that will run for 10 weeks, and it is court mandate. We have also started this week our homework clubs at Yerbita Elementary and next week at Roland Elementary. And next week as well, on February 18th, we will be having our annual Heart and Soul event. And I know Mr. Malcolm isn't present, but him along with Kiwanis of Hacienda Heights and La Puente are the ones who sponsor it. We are servicing 130 students with shoes, socks, books, cookies, and lots of fun. And finally, we are also out at the high schools inviting our junior and senior girls to participate in the free My Sister's Closet event, in which we have reserved 40 spots, 20 for Nogales and 20 for Roland, so they can receive a free prom dress and accessories and everything like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have a board policy update. Board policy 5117, inter-district and intra-district attendance has been updated to include the following. A child of an active military duty parent guardian shall not be prohibited from transferring out of the district to a school district of choice if the other school district approves the application for transfer, and that's Ed Code 48301. And CF 6173.2, education of children of military families pursuant to Education Code 48301 as amended by AB 306, Chapter 771, statuses of 2015. A district must not prohibit the transfer of a student whose parent guardian is in active military duty. This is a discussion item. Any questions? And we're receiving that for first reading. Next, oh. Okay. Next, we have ratified change order number 12 in the amount of $227,422 for purchase order number A800336 to Echo Pacific Construction, Inc., Nogales High School Revival Project, bid number 2013/14:4. Dr. Mitchell?
So we do have a change order for the board for ratification, and as Ms. Pride has said, it is the 12th change order for the project at Nogales High School. There are a variety of different items that comprise this single change order. There are 30 items that are listed and are outlined in detail with each individual cost associated with it. And so there, as the item states, there were 11 previous change orders. We are nearing the completion of that project, although we do still anticipate there may be a need for additional change orders in the future to finish that project.
Thank you. I need a motion to ratify change order number 12 for Nogales High School Revival Project. I have a first by Donna Friedman. I have a second by Carrie Chin. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Oh, I'm sorry. Going back, just to let the audience know who weren't here when we adopted the agenda, that item number 8B, Citizens Bond Oversight Committee member appointment action item, was pulled prior to the start of the meeting. Next, we have pupil personnel. Readmission from expulsion, student 14-15:09 was expelled from Moline Unified School District by the Board of Education on March 10th, 2015. He or she has since completed all requirements of the rehabilitation plan and is eligible to be readmitted to the Moline Unified School District. It is recommended that student 14-15:09 be readmitted to the district effective February 10th, 2016 with placement at Santana High School. I need a motion on student 14-15:09 who was expelled from the Moline Unified School District by the Board of Education on March 10th, 2015. It is recommended that the student 14-15:09 be readmitted to the district effective February 10th, 2016 with placement at Santana High School. May I have a motion? I have a first by Lynn Evankamp. I have a second by Donna Friedman. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have to approve the stipulated expulsion of student 15-16:07 from all schools and programs of Moline Unified School District effective February 10th, 2016 with referral to a county or alternative school outside of the district for placement in an educational program. Parents have waived the due process of procedures as approved by the board. I need a motion to approve the stipulation expulsion of student number 15-16:07 from all schools and programs of Moline Unified School District effective February 10th, 2016 with referral to a county or alternative school outside of the district for placement in an educational program. Parents have waived the due process of procedures as approved by the board. May I get a motion? I have a first by Donna Friedman, a second by Carrie Chin. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have our consent calendar, and we did pull an item from consent, item 10B, resolution on Career Technical Education Month. That item has been pulled. All matters listed under consent calendar are considered by the Board of Education to be routine or sufficiently supported by prior or accompanying reference materials and information not requiring additional discussion. They will be enacted by a motion as referenced below. There will be no separate discussion of these items prior to the time the Board of Education votes on the motion unless members of the board, staff, or public request specific items be discussed, added to, or deleted from the consent calendar for separate action. Members of the public may complete the written request to address the board form card and presenting it to the secretary of the board in accordance with the board bylaw 9322. All consent items are indicated by the designation of C after the item title. I need a motion to approve and or ratify items on the consent calendar. I have a first by Donna Friedman.
Second.
I have a second by Carrie Chin. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we'll go back to item 10B, resolution number SO1516:06, Career Technical Education Month, February 2016. I need a motion to approve. I have a motion by Lynn Ebenkamp, second. Second by Donna Friedman. Questions? Ms. Ebenkamp?
Yes, I asked this to be pulled because I've spoken with leadership about pulling items such as recognitions for the week of or the day of to be pulled from the consent calendar so people in the audience can hear that we're recognizing these things. This happened to be for the continuing education week, and I think it's appropriate that we do so here.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have our conference section, which is an informational report of conference attendance. And now we have board comments. Donna.
I really enjoyed the 3 students coming up talking from the high schools and about how they were having this compliment day. I've never heard of that. That is outstanding. And congratulations to Cindy for getting that award. I attended Via Corda's fundraiser at McDonald's. It was on January 27th. It was nice to see Mr. Martinez, the principal, greeting everybody. And the vice principal was making for French fries. And there was so much PTA. They had parents, doing the drinks and everything. It was very crowded. And then on the 28th, I attended Roland Kids' first meeting. Several community members were there. Alex Flores did an excellent presentation on the budget and told everyone that we are not hiding anything. And it was very informative, talking about several issues that concern many people. I attended our showcase on January 30th. Wow, was that a lot of fun. It took me 3 hours to go to every single booth. I was able to talk to all the principals that were there. And I just thought, wow, we have this wonderful school district. It was so terrific. On Friday, I attended the California Association of Suburban School District meeting in Sacramento with Alex Flores. The lobbyist, Jeff Frost, gave us information on key issues. The main things that we were discussing were the state budget, bonds, propositions, grant, LCFF, teacher shortage strategies, and the executive director, state PTA, spoke to us. It was very informative. And so been very busy. I want to say happy President's Day and happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Chin?
And thank you, Teresa and your team for the presentation to me. And also thank you, Dr. Mitchell and Gina Ward for the successful showcase. And we heard of how good work, and there was the combination of all efforts from schools, parents, and kids, and teachers, and it was really successful. And hopefully we do next year. So the second year was very successful. And about a week ago, when my contact with the government agency on the attention of federal grant was available for about $275,000 grant available for us to apply, and that's the grant for help us to teach the new immigrants, English learners, and the parents. And the deadline is very short, so I shared with Dr. Mitchell, and Dr. Mitchell worked very hard trying to get it, so we're still working on that. So whether or not we get it or not, I thank you, Dr. Mitchell, for you did work on that case very, very hard. And hopefully we'll get it. We'll see. If we get it, it'll be very helpful for us to help the English learners. By the way, happy Chinese New Year and happy President's Day.
Thank you, Mr. Chen. Ms. Ebenkamp?
First of all, I want to thank the community for allowing us to serve. I want to recognize staff, because whether you know it or not, we have a very hard-working staff, not only in the classrooms, but from the administrative level to the top of our district. I know Dr. Mitchell has been very busy these last 2 weeks, trying to get each department going and moving in the right direction. She never forgets to recognize people who work hard and do their jobs. Last night, she gave a wonderful presentation at the Roland Heights Community Coordinating Council, telling about the district, about the people in the district, and what goes on. And we hope to have her back again. Today, I was able to go to 2 of the recognitions for I'm going to call it a perfect score, the FPM. And it was wonderful to see staff, how they appreciated being recognized. The classified staff sometimes is in the background working all the time, and they don't get all the recognition that the teachers and the administrative staff gets. So I want to make sure they understand how much we appreciate their hard work, and without them, Roland Unified would not work. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Ebenkamp. So since last board meeting, I participated in the NAACP Martin Luther King Day celebration at the City Hall of West Covina, and I was their introductory speaker, and 7 of Roland Unified School District alumni sang several songs, including my daughter, and they were the most talked about group of kids after the performance. And not just because of their performance, because there were several other high school groups that performed as well, but what that set them apart is that this was a celebration for Dr. Martin Luther King, and they were the only ones who showed up dressed nicely. The other kids were in ripped jeans and sweats as they sang, which was fine, they still sounded good, but our Roland kids were in shirts and ties and dresses and skirts, and they just looked fabulous and they sounded fabulous. So we did well with that group of kids. Next, we've been busy, Carrie Chin and I, with a superintendent search for ROP. As many of you guys know, Tammy Pearson, the superintendent for La Puente Valley ROP, moved on to a different position, so we are currently serving on the board. Carrie Chin is our president for ROP, representing Roland Unified. And so Carrie and I are participating in the superintendent search for La Puente Valley ROP. During school tours day, I had the pleasure of visiting Giano and Villa Corda, and I enjoyed both visits. Left hearing about what was going on at the school sites and seeing the classrooms in action. It was a really good event, and there were some parents at Giano who wanted to send their kid to a private school, and they just changed their mind. And another one said that Giano wasn't their home school, but they were going to send their kid to Giano. So that was exciting. Again, I'd like to reiterate what Ms. Ebenkamp said about the Nogales and the other schools that had 0 findings for the FPM. And we happened to be at the event at Nogales this morning to recognize all of the staff there for their hard work. And I was so pleased that before I left to come to board meeting today, I had received 3 emails from staff members at Nogales High School saying thank you guys for recognizing our hard work and for appreciating us and showing your appreciation. And we love hearing that. So I'm glad that they reached out and said how much they enjoyed it and that they appreciated it. So the other thing is that there was recently a group of us who attended an Apple executive briefing in Cupertino. 14 staff members attended 2 days of professional development that was specifically designed for Roland Unified School District. And we learned so much that day. It wasn't an event to sell us Apple products, but to teach us how to utilize technology in the classroom. And you guys will be hearing more about that and what we learned, and you'll be seeing it probably in our classrooms as well too soon. And finally, I would like to end, February is Black History Month, and in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King and Black History Month, I'd like to end with a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King that says, "Education must enable one to sift and weigh evidence, to discern the true from the false, the real from the unreal, the facts from the fiction. The function of education, therefore, is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically." And I think that we're doing that here at Roland Unified School District. So you guys have a great day. With that, may I get a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:47 p.m.?
Move to adjourn.
I have a motion by Lynn Eppingham, a second by Donna Friedman. All in favor? Aye. Have a great evening.
I don't know, did we say aye? Did we say aye? Uh-oh.
I'm gonna eye that.